discs, so he must have the biggest toilet in the world. And he's also sold 40 million albums. So not only is he hairy, he is rich and talented. It is, of course, the stupendous. I love that word, stupendous.
Because it
Jon Bon Jovi.
The derivative is stupid.
Do you have a hairy back?
No.
That's lucky, isn't it?
I take my word for it, yeah.
I'm going to, yeah.
My wife told me she would never marry a guy that had a hairy back.
Do you think it'll start growing then?
No, I hope
not.
Because
it seems to when you
That's
get older.
what happens when you get older. No, I'm old now, so it's not.
It'll start just in the middle of your back down there, and then you'll have a hairy pair of underpants growing, and a hairy back.
Sorry, I don't think I have to worry about that one.
Oh, but I've worked myself into a lather just thinking about it.
If you come over and you can check it out for me.
I'll check it out in maybe 5 years.
Thank you.
Now, you're in the middle of a world tour at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Is it fun, or is it just exhausting and wearing?
It can be. I mean, in all honesty, if I tell you it was all, peaches and cream every day. Sometimes it's great, and there's other days that you just wish you were a shoe salesman again, But it's going so well these days that I'm happy. I'm happy to be doing it.
Now, after your big tour that you did in 1988, you had a gap because you seemed to be so exhausted. How exhausted were you? Did you go mad?
Slightly. Yeah, I mean, I didn't want to unpack my suitcase. But that tour lasted until 90, you see, so by February of 90, when it finally ended, we were pretty delirious, yeah. I mean, we all got free tickets to summer school, and everybody had to go and just dry out and cool out and get away from touring and making music for a while. So when we came back, it was with a fresh sense, So let's talk about something important.
I've got to...
Who decorates this stuff?
This is Elvis's old bed.
Oh, in that case.
In fact, his missing prostate gland is under the pillow.
Little Elvis has left some memories here, I bet.
When the aliens took it, they actually deposited it.
You've had a lot of people in this bed, Paul. I'm a little concerned,
I have. Those lemons have traveled.
I've seen your list. It's more impressive than my own.
Ooh. What was it like when Richie was going out with Cher?
That was pretty good dirt.
I bet it was.
I was tempted to call all the dirt papers and say, I got the good stories for you. I could make a couple bucks on the side. But he wouldn't go for it. I don't know why. But yeah, Cher was around. She used to...
Did she come on the tour bus?
Yeah, you know what? She was actually really cool. You'd think Cher would come in, maybe like have this air about her, and she'd be down at the bar with the road crew or sitting in a van with the rest of the band, and she definitely never had an air of, I'm Cher and you're not.
Did she not find it uncomfortable sitting down with all those things that she always has wedged up her bottom?
Well, I mean, they're talking about a lady here who doesn't have a last name, so she's pretty simple to get on with, No, I don't think I ever noticed her bottom. I never got to see the tattoo. It said, "Welcome to Jamaica. Have a nice day." No. She's lost weight.
I'm sure she's a lovely girl.
She's a lovely girl.
Did she mother you all?
No, she didn't mother me. Maybe Richie, but she was actually really cool, believe me. She spent Christmas here with us, New Year's here with us, while we were touring in England on the last tour. And she's been, to wonderful places like Middletown, New York, So I remember Cher's definitely put in a lot of miles with this band. She's cool.
Is it true that your father runs your fan club with the local vicar?
My mother does.
I was almost there. That was quite accurate for me.
Yeah.
That was quite good for me. That was heavily researched.
My mother runs the fan club. Yes, it's true. We had one of those where, okay, rock and roll band, big rock band needs fan club, and you hand it over to some guy and he steals money from little girls. And they never find out anything or hear anything or do anything. And so we decided, like everything else, to fire the big everythings and get back to basics. And so my mom does run the fan club, but she tells him way too much,
Yeah, because your
I should go back to the big company.
View.
Yeah, I know, definitely. Imagine I could be now. It's penance. That's my guilty Catholic upbringing. It's penance.
You've got married
in
Las Vegas.
Very nice lights, Paul.
Do you think I'm just immediately going along. You got married in Las Vegas.
Mm-hmm.
Was it a riotous wedding?
A riotous wedding?
Yeah.
No.
Which chapel did you get married in?
Graceland.
I got married in the Little Chapel of the West.
That's pretty cool. Did they have like the guy, the cowboy, marry you? Did he pull out a gun?
No, but what happened was they gave me my bouquet out of the freezer. And the whole way up the aisle, I went like this because it was frozen and it was like holding on to this terrible frozen thing. And then somebody in the background sang the Indian Love Call.
Great. Did they give it back? Did you have to give the bouquet back?
No, I kept the bouquet, but
cool.
it thawed as the evening went on. It was like those things where they chop your head off to preserve you and it goes all soggy.
Right. Now at Graceland they have somebody sing I Can't Help Falling in Love with You. And it's an Elvis impersonator. But then the preacher guy sold the story to Entertainment Tonight.
And ours did.
It was awful. It was awful.
That must be how they make their money.
Yeah, it's great on the side here. I'm thinking, you know, this old reverend guy, he hasn't got a clue who I am. He goes, what do you do? I go, I'm in construction, you know. And I thought I got away with this whole thing. Flew back to L.A. where the band were staying, and they all, actually, we were talking about it last night. They said, we knew you went to get married because you hate Vegas. And yeah, I guess I do. And I went out, did it, got back before the bar even closed. We were in and out of there. And the band and everyone else realized it on Entertainment Tonight about 3 days later. But I think that was the way to do it.
And now you've got a little girl.
Mm-hmm.
Has this changed things?
It's hard to say because she's not very old yet. She's just shy of 4 months, but it sure is a lot of fun. I mean, it really is. I wasn't much of a baby kind of guy, you know. I didn't want to hold everybody's kids, and you know, I hear them crying, and I go, oh, go back to mom. But it's pretty neat, you know. And she's on the road, and she likes it, and seems to adjust well to the jet lag, so it's cool.
What will you do if she brings home a rock star?
I'll sit Junior down and say, I've seen it, I've done it. I'll slap him in the back of the head. And then as long as he has enough money to take out me and my daughter, then we can go.
In the past, in interviews, you've said things like, rock and roll is your life.
Oh, my.
You don't still think that, do you?
Well, I think I mean it in a different way. You know, it's the touring aspect and the recording aspect of my life have become so much of what I do that everything else has to revolve around it. And so for the last, 10 years now, for the better part of that, all I've done is record and write and record and write. And so when I finally took a break and I realized what a life could be, I started to enjoy it. And though, yeah, I would have to think that right now it is my life because I can't go home for football season in America again this year. It's not my life where I don't have to do it. You know what I mean? I want to do it. I want to be here. So I am, and I guess in that regard it is.
Are you vain?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm not one to worry about fashion. I'm so out of fashion, I'm in fashion again. That's the way I look at it, you know. And as far as the whole designer clothes to model girls to this to that, it was just never me. And so I don't think vanity really entered the picture, no.
So you don't sort of stand in front of the mirror practicing your next stage move?
Yeah, right. No.
Yeah. Perfecting the crotch grab.
Yeah, right. No, I don't think so. I don't think so.
So what is it next? When do you have another break?
End of the year. Well, you know, we've got a 10-day break here, a week there. But we're going to work till the end of the year. And then I'm going to take a nice break. And but the hope is starting a record again next year. Just get right back into it. We're having some fun again, so it's okay.
John, it's been totally terrific being on the bed with you.
Thank you, dear.
Absolutely marvellous.
So I feel used. I'm just one of many in the bed.
No, but you won't feel mused in a minute because I'm going to be checking your hairy bottom. I'm actually going to nair your bikini line.
Oh.
This is what I've really been wanting to do.
Thank you very much. In fact, let's just keep the camera rolling, and then we can sell it to those SpectraVisions, you know, in all the hotels.
Yeah, and everyone can check your hairy bottom.
Come on.
It's Channel 4, and you're watching The Big Breakfast.
Good morning, folks.